My fist is sore.
Fistball.
Fistball. BackChat, powered by Fleet Network. Frank Agostino and the boys over there.
Yeah, go and
powering
novated
us.
yourself a lease.
Absolutely.
They're also powering more than just the podcast.
What else are
fist.
they powering?
They're pairing up
They're powering cars around the world.
Yeah, just pushing cars.
Went to their
with
new
fists.
office. Their new office, very nice. Right
Stephen
across from the river.
Bradbury,
Stephen
speaking
Bradbury
of-
was there, held his gold medal.
You held his gold medal.
Yeah, he was passing it around.
You a good bloke?
Good.
Wow, a glowing endorsement for Australia's.
No, I was going to say he's
one.
got an elite story. He's very good at telling it, and he was a very nice person.
So if anyone, so you got to ask,
Don't-
are you a good bloke? And the answer is, probably not.
I wanted to give an honest, and full-blown answer, but it's actually irrelevant.
We appreciate it. Fleet
Yeah.
Network, shout out.
Shout out, of course.
to the boys.
But
So
more importantly, not more importantly, but
Definitely
just
not
as
more
important.
importantly.
Yeah,
They novated the lease.
What do you?
Fistball.
What do you?
My fists aren't that sore.
Really?
It's my forearm that's fucking killing me.
So it should be called
Right.
forearm ball.
Well, no, because but our hand is in a fist. But let me go down to Melbourne down there, not Ballarat. But it's this part here that hurts. So I was fisting it, and where Monica, and we'll get into her in a little bit, told me to hit it was try and hit it here, but sort of give yourself the leeway of this part of your arm. So get
Right.
behind it and go like that. And this is where it fucking kills me.
If by chance you have this is your first episode of BackChat, and you're like, what the fuck is
What are these
going
guys
on?
talking about?
We're
We're talking about fisting.
We're talking about fisting. We're talking about fistball. We have decided here at BackChat to create the Western Fisters, West Australians' first fistball representative side, and we held our tryouts over the weekend. And boy, was it fucking amazing!
So good.
was
So
awesome.
So for me, your forearm is sore. This meaty pad below the thumb.
I believe
well, that's your
I
palm.
believe that's the medical term for it, the meaty pad.
I thought the palm was the whole thing, but that meat, the meat area,
chicken
The meat
drumstick,
sack.
the
The thing where
drumstick of
the
your
middle of
hand.
the meat
you know, you can test how well a meat's cooked is with the fingers.
medium rare and
That
raw.
thing?
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
that?
I've heard Gordon Ramsay do that. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
But yeah, that
So,
would
anyways,
be the
that
drumstick
area is
part of your
very,
hand.
very tender, and it was bruised on
Really?
on Sunday.
You were advised not to use that part of.
I know,
yeah.
but it felt more comfortable doing that. I was scared. I'm scared about hitting.
Where
there.
do we start? Because
I thought I was fucking exceptional. Might I
You were
just say.
good. You know what? The three of us could easily make a team.
BackChat had a team,
Yeah.
so it was us three, our producer Nick, who was good,
Yeah, he was very
good,
good.
not great. Whack.
And then we had a ring in.
We had a
And
ring
oh
in.
boy, she was pretty good.
And when you say ring in, you mean the greatest, as far as I've seen, the greatest fistballer I've ever seen.
Ever.
Are you a Simpsons guy, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know the episode where they go to play local baseball, but all of the professionals are there, and they keep jumping over the fence at the time
No, I
where
don't know it
Martin.
that well
okay,
enough.
yeah.
Are
Anyways,
we doing a Hamish Brayshaw story breakdown of an episode?
Yeah, feel free.
anyways, so-
Monica lobbed to the fistball tryout. So we've been running this on the pod. So of course those who listen, you know what we're talking about. But it was an open invite. We did pre-registrations. We had about 70 people come down. 70 people pre-register. Probably about 50 people down on the day.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit more, 50 to 60. One of them
Spectators.
was Monica. Now Monica is a Swiss national. She has represented Switzerland in the Fistball World Championships.
Couldn't believe it.
As far as I could tell, she was the Chris Judd of Switzerland Fistball.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I haven't heard, I didn't know the full ins and outs of the story of Monica, but I just thought by chance we had a listener who was on the international fistball team for Switzerland for 5 years. Turns out she's heard of it through other avenues and came down, but
She was amazing.
she was
She
fucking
was.
good.
Do you know what her nickname was? The Swiss Express.
Oh my god!
So we did
Swiss
set up a
Express.
camera for people to sort of do a little hello, how you been? Tell us about yourself. And she said, "I'm Monica. I'm
People call me
calling it the Swiss Express."
Monica, Queen Monica. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll go
Yeah.
refer to her by.
The Swiss fist.
The Swiss Fister. Yeah, you got to remember, none of us have played fistball.
Nobody. Well, we had a couple of guys down there that had.
There was some volleyballers. We had Benny Giles.
Gilesy was there.
Australian representation. Giles. He drove from Boulder, Kalgoorlie, Boulder.
Yeah.
He did.
Anthony was down. We had some fistball representatives, but in general, no one had played fistball. So you guys are talking about what's sore. It's because none of us knew what we were doing.
Yes.
Apart from Monica.
Except for Monica.
Monica's rolled down. Her consistency with fists was just exceptional.
Yep.
I didn't see one ball skew off the side.
Nah. What I
Incredible
noticed
technique.
the most, so we were often, when you weren't playing at the end of it, you were standing off the side and watching. And I was standing next to Gilesy as he was sort of he was refereeing softly, but also helping us understand who was good and who was not.
Yes.
And
Because this is a selection trial.
yeah, it was a selection trial. And what Gilesy told me was the setting, what she would do. The way you set the ball. So if you're in that middle section, setting the ball up to let it bounce and then someone to come down and hammer fist it over the other side, she just did it so perfectly every time. So wherever the ball was coming in, she had it perfectly hit so that it would bounce. And then at the apex of the second parabola, someone was there to just go fucking bang.
The apex of the second parabola.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It
Nothing's
sounds
wrong with that.
amazing.
Sounds fucking perfect.
So she was amazing, and she also
was
had
good.
a fistball bag. Like she rocked up with a team
a bowling
bag. It said,
ball
like
bag.
A Swiss Fistball.
I had a
like
good chat to Monica.
Swiss
So
legend.
look, at this stage, at a very minimum, Monica will be coaching the team.
Absolutely.
Happy to announce that.
Happy
here
to
on the
announce that.
podcast.
I like that.
But I think in that's in theory. In practice, we'd like her to play because she was the best player down there.
Yeah,
by
she
a
was the
long
best
way.
we had.
That's right.
So that's great. We did. It was like a draft camp. It was a mini state combine. We had fist measuring station, which was your fist folds.
Yep.
Instead of the skin folds, which is very good. We had the longest fist.
Yep.
Which you won.
I had 9 goes at it, but yep, I ended up winning.
We had the agility testing, which we had some great specimens
quick
going through the
We had
cones
some
there.
guys come down in boots,
Yeah.
which
Fistball
was an
boots.
oversight by me.
We
because
should
I was slippery.
we should have thought about that and
Yeah.
done that. We had a to camera piece, but the one, the golden peak, which was not the game. We had a game going, but the one was the 40-meter sprint.
40-yard dash.
Yeah.
You were poor.
I was horrible. I'm not very fast. I'm more like. Have you seen the X-Men? The third one, the Juggernaut, who just runs through brick walls.
Yes, that's what I was
with his
thinking
big
of.
with his big iron helmet on. Looks a bit like an iron cock. He's got like a helmet head.
He looks like an iron cock.
Yeah, well, not him. The head does. It looks like the knob of a penis, but in iron.
Is
sort of
Magneto
cast
the
iron.
villain in that
Yeah,
one?
Magneto's the bad guy. Anyway, he just runs through brick walls, but he's not very quick.
So that's you.
Feel like that would be me.
When I saw you
Not very
running,
quick.
I thought if someone was in front of you, they'd be completely flattened. Like you built up to a really good. You're like a
Well, I built up to my top speed by
Yeah,
about the
but it
40-yard
was
line.
scary-
But
it was
not
scary.
quick. But momentum, mate, it's
Yeah.
MV.
Freight
P
train.
equals MV, so I'm a mass versus velocity guy.
Sitting there watching and listening right now, audience, our back chatters.
Just imagining an iron cock running at you
So Hamish has come
Dead last.
last out of the three of us.
in both agility and speed.
Right now, you're thinking Dan wins the 40-meter sprint out of the three of us, or Scully wins the 40-meter sprint.
yeah. And you think one who spent 14 years as a professional athlete, training, getting his body to a point where it shouldn't be beaten by someone who's done
Who's
nothing.
still,
in
who's,
their-
And I-
who's
and I
still
was playing
going
for
through
West
puberty
Coast.
and having voice breaks at the age of
Exactly.
35.
yeah. No,
Just to
Tell him.
tell him.
got you both. Pipped you both.
Wow.
Fuck, you were quick.
You
And I was
were
first.
lightning
Wasn't
quick.
it?
I was
Impressive.
first as well.
You were
know-
first.
No, I was like I
Sorry,
ran. I ran
first
first.
out of
So
three.
You
like,
were pretty. I reckon you were top three.
Yeah,
top
you were
four.
top 5, I think,
Yeah.
for the sprinting. And maybe
a few
top 10
people
for
made
agility.
comment of my calves, and I think that's
Yeah,
what does
I
it.
heard that.
Low center of gravity, go down low, calves, and then towards the end, I could feel the momentum. I was running too fast for my own feet.
You're going forwards.
Yeah, I was going forwards, but it got me over the line. I think that's what got me that last
was-
little bit of speed, and then I did a little tumble
You
at the end.
fell over, yeah.
I was waiting for some sort of string calf type tearage. We had no injuries. Touch wood.
I've hurt myself a little bit. Still, I'm a bit. My left ankle and my left knee are a bit sore. But that could be the fact that I'm fat. But it's. I also noticed that. I mean, it was adjudicated by just the touch and stop and start of the phone. But for the 40-yard dash, when you actually do it, you cross the line and it just sort of initiates it.
Yes.
I reckon I was so slow to react to the go. I would have gone off a full half a second after Indy said go. And yeah, which hurt me. I mean, I'm still slow, but yeah, it was, I probably didn't do myself any favors with the reaction time.
I don't know what you guys thought, but so we did all that.
It was
and
great.
and then we had a game going. It was an incredible day, and it was a great sport.
It's fucking fun.
It's
really
Really,
good.
really fun. Like, I'd love to play it socially.
At some point, though, during the day, it started getting serious for me.
Yeah.
Like, it was fun, and first thing Dan wins the footy. Everyone's carrying on, haha. But then we got into the game, and
After my first 5 points, I was just itching to get back out.
yeah. But then I was serious from a but because we're selecting the team, I started then going, shit, like I've got to start paying attention here.
Yeah.
Like we've
Yeah.
got careers on the line here.
Yeah.
We are making or
to
breaking
Melbourne.
fists here, right here. So look, we have built a preliminary squad,
Yep.
a training squad. So we have selected that for those listening along. If you were down at the Fistball Invitational, we have built a squad. We will be releasing that during the week.
On like footy players Wikipedia pages, how it says like all Australian squad. You could put this on your resume, your sporting resume. If you make the squad,
Fist Australian?
Nah, the
Western
WA
Fisters.
State Fisters squad.
Yes.
yeah, that's right, Western Fisters. So you get a squad invitation, and that's like 10 people, we said?
Yes.
Yeah. And then how many are we going to give the actual team
Well,
spots to?
that's to be decided. We're going to run a training camp for the next 4 weeks. Monica has had some severe criticism. Like, one thing you say about Monica, she was incredibly consistent, but she was also brutal.
Oh,
she
God,
let,
yeah, she
she
was.
let
She
you
let
know
you
if
know
you
when you're
did-
not doing the right thing.
Yeah, there was a couple of times I thought I'd done something right. We won the point. Not happy. Monica, not happy.
Hey, we won the point, but if we didn't, I would let you know about it.
Which
I'm
is
not,
great.
yeah, I'm not sure if any of you also did this, but I went home and actually rewatched some international fistball, and
I did not.
so I did that, and it got me thinking. Like, when you watch professional sport, and AFL, I will use it as an example. So AFL is the pinnacle.
Yes.
State league footy is the next level. So I'm playing at Waffle,
Same
and
here.
like you can look at an AFL game and see that it's clearly a step above the Waffle.
Right.
But the Waffle is still a competitive, like, good game of football.
Right.
You go down to an A-grade amateur team, you look at that and you're like, you can still see the discrepancy, but it's still like a good game of football. I went and watched international fistball,
Right.
and like it was fucking miles beyond what we were doing.
Was it?
So I was just a little bit nervous.
Was
as
it
to-
really?
Yeah, mate. Do it again and just think about us and and then go back and watch the international fistball. And that got me thinking, at what level behind we're going into a national competition?
Right.
How far off the pace are we?
We've got 4 weeks.
This has got to be a Mighty Ducks level of comeback.
So I spoke to Monica afterwards, and she said, "You're a long way. You're a long way off,
Mate,
But-
I was like baffled. And yes,
but-
it's international, but fuck me.
But she said it's all technique. So she said, I might not be the fastest, I might not be the quickest here, I might not be the strongest, but I was the best setter. And it's because of my technique. She feels like she
consistent.
can get the Western Fisters on track by the 16th of December National Championships. But I was mentioning before about the squad members.
Yes.
We did want to speak to someone that was there on the day.
Yep.
So I think we give someone a call. I will say before we jump on this call, this was our number one ranked player.
Yeah.
Very clearly from the get-go.
Yep,
He was
good.
the Harley Reid.
This player was Harley Reid.
Yeah.
Harley Reid? Yeah, probably Harley Reid.
Well, just relevance of draft.
Yeah.
Had the physical prowess, had athleticism, had speed, had power. We then reviewed the camera work. So you had to do a piece to camera. Was the best to camera content.
It's very good.
So
He was exactly what we're after.
yeah, we
let's
can-
Let's
get
play his piece to camera.
Let's have a look at his piece to camera. So everyone had to do this. The intro was name, nickname. If you want to swap over to that thing, it was name, nickname, and a little bit about yourself. Why you should be on the team, something along those lines. I don't know.
My name's Pierre Compton. I am 36 years old. I have 2 beautiful girls, 4-year-old and 2-year-old. I am a residential builder. Are there any questions or? I'll ask the questions. How long have I been preparing for Fistball? Since Tuesday night. I got on the YouTube. And also have been using my daughter's pink frozen ball. I've damaged a lampshade and almost hit a vase over. What am I expecting from this experience? Just a good time with the boys and, just maybe the World Cup and matching tattoos. Is that too much to ask for? I don't know, but let's go.
Looks like a lovely blend of Christian Petrarca and Brodie Grundy for mine.
Wow. Yeah.
And like he could be the face of our fistball team because he was pretty hot.
Yeah, he was handsome.
pretty hot.
He could model the merch when we
could.
release.
I'd love to speak to him because
So would I.
we haven't told anyone they're
Pierre
in the
Compton.
team. Yeah, Pierre. Look, I would say Pierre's like a sort of a fistballing name.
There he is.
Have
There
we
he is.
got the man himself on?
Oh, hello.
Hello, Pierre.
Pierre.
What's going on?
Hey.
Happy
How are
fisting.
you?
I'm good, mate. What a fist that is.
How you going?
Ve-
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, very good. Now we've just watched your piece to camera from the Invitational. Well, give us a bit of a rating out of 10. How did you perform on camera?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
Sorry, darling. I've just got the kids here.
Yeah, perfect.
On camera, it was a bit nerve-wracking, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting a monologue, so to speak, but got through it. Felt good.
And what about your performance on the? Is it a pitch? Is it a fistball pitch?
I asked Giles about that. He said court or field.
Right. How was your performance on the court, Pierre?
I felt comfortable.
Wow.
That's
I
good.
felt like I belonged out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I ask, did you wear a red hat on purpose? Because that's like quite eye-catching.
Like
And,
Tiger
it's
Woods
pretty
sort
smart.
of last
Tiger on a
round.
Sunday.
Yeah, so, always in our vision, I guess.
No, it wasn't intentional. Just slapped it on. Slip, stop, slap.
Pierre,
Important
how did you get down to the fistball? Like, how did you find out about the Fistball Invitational? Did you come down with friends? How did you find yourself there?
I actually had a mate, Tony, who was helping out there on the day.
Yes.
Messaged me, I don't know, probably 2 weeks prior to just mentioning it. And, I don't know. I was obviously in a good mood and just said yes. I said, how about it? And, yeah.
Pierre, I don't
Found
have any
myself
kids.
down there.
Pierre, I don't have any kids, but I think when you say that you just rolled on down, did by any chance the prospect of a couple of days in Geelong away from your two beautiful daughters on the cans with a few of the guys, did that have any inkling? Did that sort of persuade you a little bit to come on down?
Tickle your fancy?
I'm not sure if the wife sees this podcast or not, or will see it. I'm going to say no.
Yeah,
Love
good
it.
answer.
Great
She
answer.
is watching. Well, I don't know if we're happy to tell you, or if she's happy to hear, if you're happy to hear.
Yep.
You're bloody in the squad.
You're in the
Pierre.
team.
You're
Going
in
to
the
Geelong.
team. Yeah.
Going to
Pierre.
Geelong.
What a moment!
Wow.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
I will not let you down. I will not let WA down.
Yeah,
Yes.
good.
Oh, mate.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Have my fist.
My fist.
Pierre, you were the number one ranked athlete on the day. We're not telling everyone if they're in or they're out, but happy to tell you were the number one ranked fister. How's that make you feel?
Whoa. You're giving me a swollen fist. You're giving me a swollen fist. Stop it. Get out of here.
Can you come? December 16, national champs. Can you come?
Heaven and earth. Oh, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Oh, brilliant.
Great.
Any
I
other
think we're
questions?
just all
excited.
best friends now. That's,
Right.
I feel that through the screen. Love this.
It just so you know that having played professional sports, a couple of us on this bench,
Name drop.
there's often alcohol policies and you have to be stringent with the rules. There will be none of that on our fistball trip.
Okay.
So
Yep.
we play for fun and we play to win, but I think winning breeds enjoyment and enjoyment breeds winning. They sort of
drinking.
just go on one another. So we drink,
Yes.
we have fun, and we fist.
Look, I don't accept that. I'm self-imposed alcohol
Okay.
ban leading
like
up
it.
to, during, not after, but I'm all in, guys.
Wow.
I want to say one thing
Yes.
Sure.
for all the kids out there watching,
Yeah.
who don't think things like this happen to just the common man. I'm a big visualizer, and I believe in manifestation, but I manifested this.
As you just walk
I
out the front of his
manifested
house.
it, and we're going. I'm thinking World Cup. I'm thinking, European exhibitions,
Yes.
and a $400,000 yearly contract. It's all
Jeepers.
happening.
Yes. Well, we can help with at least
Most of those
none
things.
of those.
Yeah.
Pierre, welcome to the team, mate. It's a bloody pleasure.
I'm stoked. Thank you very much.
Round of applause
fist
for
together.
Pierre.
Put some fists together.
Fist together. Very good.
Kids, I'm a Western Fister.
They sound stoked.
Bye, Pierre.
Thanks,
I don't
Pierre.
care.
Good work, Pierre. Fist
Bloody
out.
hell, I mean, that's exciting stuff.
Very exciting.
Wow.
The kids will be going nuts. They'll be proud of Dad. Won't
The
they?
self-imposed alcohol ban is huge from Pierre.
Well, I don't know if
respect it.
I don't know if he'll live to really respect
he might.
himself
Yeah.
for that.
He might go back on that. That's okay.
Can I one more thing about the day? We could talk about the day for 2 hours, but
Fine. So if only we had a podcast to do that.
there,
Yeah.
there was a fire.
I saw that later on.
So at one
Were
point,
you there for that?
I'd gone.
At one
Mate.
at one point, look, like we were just all fisting around, and
Trying
I
to
think we're just
fist
having
around.
a beer at this point. Everyone
Fist.
just started running in one direction. I thought, what's going on here? I look up. There's a blaze about on the hill right near Floria Athena Soccer Club, and look up, and there's just like a bunch of old Greek boys playing board games. They've been drinking coffee for about 9 hours straight, and one of them had flicked a cigarette into the a little
Not
bush
one of them,
area.
mate. So you hadn't been up there. So they're playing cards up on the balcony, having
Yep.
the bet, like, literally living their best life. Shout out Florida Athena
Oh.
for having us down.
Yeah,
as
what
well.
a tremendous establishment.
Well, the boys were just making sure it was all above board by just sinking a few tins, a couple of coffees, a couple of darts.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's as you do, instead of using the ashtrays provided, they were flicking the darts off to the side of the balcony, which I guess is fine. They probably thought there was a rubbish
That's what we
bin
do
out
in
there.
Greece.
Yeah, correct. Well, the embankment had just been sort of refurbished, and they had Hessian bags all under to stop the weeds coming through. Well, Hessian bags and lit cigarettes don't go too well, and an inferno started on that bank.
I saw.
But never fear. The
Fisters
Western
were there.
Fisters were here,
Of course.
and I tell you what, we put that out like nobody's business.
Yeah, there was guys. We had a giant esky full of ice, and two boys picked it up, and they were sprinting towards it. It was scenes. It was,
3
it was
minutes of
incredible.
absolute hectic, like trying to put this fire out. I look back up and there's two fellas who had not moved. They were still in the middle of their card game. Like
on
there's a
them.
fire within 1
Not
meter of
phased.
them. Did not budge a meter. But it was incredible scenes.
It was. Also, one more thing. Sorry,
No, it's great.
we went for a little jog at the start, a little warm up, get the blood going.
Yep.
As we do the final corner and start to run towards back to like the bench and everything, this figure appears
Wow.
on the
Oh
oval.
yeah, this was fucked.
Out of absolutely nowhere. There was this. I heard the sound first. I didn't know what was happening. Someone came dressed as the Western Fister mascot.
Nux.
Knuckles.
Knuckles, aka Nux.
Full blown swan head coming off his head. He had big, long black arms, long
Wings.
Had the wings.
He was a swan with a fist
With
on
a
its
fist
head.
instead of a head.
I won't say exactly who it was, but our
Phenomenal.
man on the audio here knows exactly who we're talking about.
Phenomenal
It was
stuff.
scenes.
Yeah, I just love the buy-in from everyone.
I'll give it a shout out. Brucey, shout out, mate. Absolutely.
Shout out to Brucey, aka Nux. It was just a well put together day and all, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
Big thank you to
really
everyone
fun.
who came down. Big thank you to the BackChat community to put it together. But
Yeah.
that is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
So we'll be training once a week minimum. That's just physically training. Mentally, clearly, that's a 24-hour thing. We'll be doing that. We'll be releasing the squad online over the next couple of days. Pierre is in. Us three, we're putting our hands up to play. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yep.
You were very good.
I thought I was good.
As if we talk about fisting ability, you were more sort of the backcourt operator.
I was in the backcourt operator. Yep.
Yeah.
I just get the ball in the air. Gilesy said, if you're in the backcourt, your main goal is to just get it up and high so that everyone can sort of,
You were great
as the
at that.
first hit, get it up and everyone can set around it. And I remember my big shining light was, actually I did two things that I thought were pretty good. Made a really good diving save for one of them.
Right.
And then I, obviously took me 9 times to get the longest fist, but
Yes.
there was one where it had one, and then the second one went off someone's hand, but it came backwards to me. And I was deep in the backcourt and just pumped one that would have gone 40 over the net, right in the back, to the amazement and some cheers from the crowd.
Depth. You need depth.
You do
Yeah,
need
need
depth.
depth.
I've got the depth.
I felt
You were
safe
good.
with you back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a bit of a hybrid, weren't you?
Move around. I did move around, and then Monica was like, "Dan, you're not listening."
She did say that.
I didn't know what I was doing.
She was like, the ball was up in the air and it was clearly under Dan, and Monica was running and so my ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she was mate. She was,
'Cause I think that's
she was
what-
a dominator. She
Get
was a
you
general.
out of the
She was
way.
a general.
She knew the roles, and I think I was playing mostly middle, and you're just sort of there to support. That's the main thing. So I was getting out of the way when she called for it a couple of times. I didn't.
That's Fistball.
That's
ladies and
Fistball.
gentlemen.
That's Fistball.
It will continue on where our journey has just begun. I've just seen a little draft mock up of the uniforms.
Oh my
Fucking
gosh,
Say
they're
uniforms, by the way.
elite.
They're fucking
Shit,
amazing.
they're so
They're
good.
fucking amazing. I know you've represented. Have you played for WA footy?
Yep.
Wow. I'll tell you what. You may as well put that jumper in the bin, mate. Wait till you see this thing.
Okay.
Definitely.
Hammer, can
I've
you
got
just, you look at me for a sec. Your moustache is coming along really nicely.
Thanks, mate. So is yours.
Yeah, it helps when because you shaved your
I just trimmed that up today.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
So-
it looks really nice. I'll get to you. Hang on.
You're fucking
Firstly, I just want to talk about Hammer's moustache. It looks really nice.
Thanks, mate.
me.
Do you know what your problem is, Go?
Holy. I like it.
No, do you know what it is?
I like it.
Your beard comes along too strong, and so that you.
It
I've
comes
been
along,
shaving this every day.
comes along too
so
quick
today.
So do you? The shaver that you have, is it like one of those ones that goes to see like mine?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay,
Don't have
because
that.
that would help you out with a bit of protrusion. Is that the word from the face?
Look, I'm not happy with my
feedback?
moustache. No, I'm happy
No,
with
your
the
moustache
feedback.
is
It's spot
great.
on. No, it's spot on. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it.
Sure.
But you're both Your moustaches.
Do you want me to give you my feedback on your moustache?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Your face is too tan, and your moustache and beard isn't distinct enough in colour.
That's what I was.
It blends too well
perfect.
into your face. Whereas
Yes.
Dan and I have quite white
We're
faces,
pasty as.
but for darker hair on the upper lip, and you just blend into just one face.
We are, of course, talking about. We had our faces shaved a few weeks back, live event.
Shout
at
out
the
Main Street
Paddo.
Barbers.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who is actually following on the saga, we will have an episode out about that at some point in time. Can't speak about it right now. We will though. We had these shirts down there. These are the BackChat.
November shirts.
Yeah.
Just
no-
moustache
Just the
shirts.
BackChat
Yeah,
moustache shirts.
They're specifically and directly not Movember shirts, but they're moustache shirts with BackChat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They're elite design. And
They are great
The
design.
great thing about them, it's not like you just only wear them in November.
Yeah, I would say two great things. One, they look good, but number two, the best thing about it is every dollar of profit goes to charity. So if you want to get around it, there's not too many left. There is some left. Indy's not shaking and not in
10
her head.
also? Did you say
1,000 left. 10 left. There's some left. We'd love you to jump on and buy it because we're not making any money. We're putting it to charity. So that'd be great to sell them out. So you can jump on backchatstudios.com.au. Built by Mumba Digital, I might say.
Why wouldn't you say it?
Yeah,
That's
jump on
true.
there, buy some merch.
Yeah. And also, just to go back to Fistball, I keep
it's
thinking
fine.
about
Sure,
Fistball.
mate.
I think that's going to be a part of this episode. The memories are going to come flooding back.
I just want to give another shout to ID Athletic, of course.
ID Athletic, the Western Fisters, proudly brought to
Yeah.
you by ID Athletic. The ID Athletic Western Fisters. Probably should have said
Match
that from the
made in
start.
heaven.
If you had to make a match in heaven, it would be made
Which you
between
usually do.
Western Fisters
Do
and
you?
ID Athletic.
Yeah, it's the only place you can make a match.
A
It's in
small
heaven.
shout out. I just remember something from Fistball.
Where?
Sam Butler,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well done, Butsy.
head of selectors. Sam Butler.
Yeah, he was ruthless.
Yeah,
He
it had to
would-
be.
Yeah,
Had to
that's,
be.
that's what you have to be as the
Butsy
chairman of
parked
selectors.
himself on a chair for the good part of 4 hours and was just ruthless in feedback.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Loved
Yeah.
it. Now,
So
Hammer,
thanks to ID Athletic.
you know how I often talk about my cricket prowess.
You talk about it all the time.
Yeah, and it's
I'll often get a text from Dan at like 1 a.m. saying, "Geez, I was good at cricket."
so
we start. I know you listen to all the guest episodes, Hammer, but if you don't, Dan likes to tell our guests about your prowess too, don't you?
and we were filming, just to bring it back to Fistball, we were filming a Fistball video the other day. And we went down to the nets.
And you-
Part of the
you-
funny things we're doing was I bowled a ball to you
Roll-
and you fisted
and
it.
you
You
fisted
rolled,
it, yep.
rolled,
Yeah, roll the arm
That
over.
did make me laugh.
I
by the way,
haven't-
that video. That was quite funny.
Thank you.
You know, like when you do something a lot, but you don't actually get to watch yourself do it. I
When was the last time you rolled the arm over?
I was sore after it.
You bowled one ball. No, you bowled two balls.
Yeah, I know.
That was elite filming by us. We didn't take too many takes.
I know.
It was sore.
I was sore
Bowling
after it.
with bowling out of form, it hurts.
Yeah.
Having
Shoulder.
not done it in a while, like it's the first day of summer when you play backyard cricket and all of a sudden you bowled 200 deliveries. It's just like you
I was
wake
on
up the
two.
next morning and your whole side is just strained and everything hurts.
So what was your point?
So my point was just getting to actually watch myself do it. I was like, my form's incredible.
Oh, is that
Like
what you
it
thought?
looks really good.
I thought it looked good.
I thought it was reasonably good too. Yeah.
On
I
the-
mean, I
Talking about cricket.
Talking about cricket on the weekend, maybe one of the greatest sporting achievements in Australian history. We talk about
Are
Steve
we talking
Brad-
about Glenn Maxwell's innings? The
Glenn
Bison?
Maxwell's 200 was
better. It's better
The
than
Bison
those.
177?
Better
Wow.
than those.
Better.
Something happened on the weekend that
Did
was
you-
better than those.
Did you do it?
It wasn't me.
Okay.
Tell you who it was. It was Gareth Morgan. Now, Hammer, we started to tell you a little about this,
I didn't know what.
but
you were
I
talking about.
just wanted to tell you fresh on the pod.
Tell our audience too.
Picture this.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be handy considering we are.
Oh yeah, they are
a
here.
podcast talking to other people.
All right, picture this, Hammer.
I am. Do you want me to close my eyes?
Surface, yeah,
Yes.
go for it.
Close
Surface
my eyes.
Paradise, third grade. We're chasing 178 runs.
Hang on a minute, just before you do that, I'm gonna go. We're gonna do the Bacchus meter. So I'm gonna start with my arm just there, with my eyes closed.
Okay.
And this will tell you how good I'm feeling about the story.
Surface Paradise, third grade. They were chasing 178. Okay,
Third grade surfers.
Gotcha.
That sounds amazing.
1 over to go in the game. Right,
Wow.
they are 4 for 174.
Wow.
So they need
Four
what's
runs.
that? 5.
4 runs to draw.
They need
Five
5
to
runs
win.
to win. Yep. And I'm at about a Bacchus already.
So in the final over, I'm going to just talk you through delivery after delivery. Okay.
Please.
Okay. Delivery 1, wicket.
Hmm.
Then wicket.
So 5 for 174.
Wow.
Yep.
And then second ball,
Wicket.
6 for 174. They're chasing 178.
Okay, so now it's down a little bit because they're not going
Third ball,
Wicket.
Oh, that's down. I'm back to Melbourne.
That's
I've
7,
I've forgotten.
7 for
I've forgotten
174.
something. I'm back in Melbourne
Okay,
already.
fourth.
Ball.
Wicket.
Oh my god.
So this is a double hat trick.
I'm
Okay,
going
so
down.
that's
I'm going back the other way
8
now.
for 8 for 174.
Fifth ball.
Fifth ball,
wicket.
That's triple hat trick. That is
5 wickets
so
in a
they're
row.
9 for 174.
Yeah.
Ball remaining.
Ball remaining. They
They
need
need 4 to draw,
5 to win.
to win.
Last ball of the over.
Just into anticipation, I'm heading back already.
Did you
I
say
think I know what's gonna
anticipation? Did you just say anticipation?
happen. I didn't, but that's
Last ball of the
I
game.
think I know what's happening.
Wicket.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So
Wow.
Gareth Morgan has hit a quadruple hat trick, which is apparently what it is when you get a hat trick, then 3 more.
That is
Sorry.
incredible.
to win the game for his club, who
I'm going to open my eyes here. I thought we were barracking for the batting team, which is why I was at Melbourne. If we're barracking for the bowling team, I have been through the roof
Yeah.
to Ballarat this whole way. I'm fucking panning gold. I'm buying the big lollipops. I'm fucking riding a horse.
Well,
Wow.
sometimes you just want a result in, you know what? And would you have it known, Hamish, that here on BackChat, we don't just talk shit. We get right to the source of the issue.
Oh,
here.
God, yeah. we
I
do.
believe we're joined
Shit, yeah.
by Gareth Morgan. Gareth, how are you, mate?
I am very good, thanks. How are you guys?
Oh,
we are bloody
Gareth,
beautiful.
I am barred up thinking about that, mate. It's that is one of the great stories I've ever heard.
Just talk us through it. Just talk us. We just told Hamish he hadn't heard what had happened. Tell us what happened, mate.
Well,
Set the scene.
we're up shit creek. We're about to get flogged, really. They're all over us. A few young fellas brought us back in, got a little bit tighter, and but I still thought we were going to get done. So I brought off one of the young fellas who'd done a good job for us. They were ready to line him up and decided I'll take the last couple of overs at one end. And
Wow.
wait,
when it
you're,
got to the
you're,
last
you're
over,
the
they
skipper.
needed 5 to win. So it was just see how we go and try and bowl a few dot balls and stretch the over out and push it deep. But
Gareth, are you the
wicket
skipper?
started.
Are you the captain, Gareth?
Yeah.
So
I
you
am.
had to make
Oh
the
my
tough call to say I'm just
gosh,
going to bring
that's even
myself back
better.
on here. And that's huge. How many overs do you get in your format? How many
In third
overs
division.
each?
In third division.
Maximum of 8.
Maximum
per bowl.
of 8. So was the last over your 8th over?
No. I bowled 6 for the day.
Still, fatigue sets in at about 4, so you're knackered.
And what
Courage.
sort of bowler are you, Gareth?
Pie chucker? No. I bowl a few offies that the odd one turns if there's enough little loose bits on the turf depth.
Tweakers? Little
Wow.
tweaker.
Nude nuts.
Nuts.
So you've set the scene. You're taking the young fella off. You don't want him to get butchered and lose the game.
Yep.
Skipper steps up. What you say you want some dot balls, but okay, you take a wicket first ball. You're starting to think, oh, here we go. Or you're just like, well, they're going to get the 4 runs here. Like, at what point do you start turning? All right, it's time to really put the foot in the gas.
And were
here.
they the wickets? I need to know what they were.
Yeah,
Are we getting caught on the boundary, or are we clean take? Are we taking middle and off?
Yeah,
Talk us through
talk
every
through
ball.
ball
Every
by
ball,
ball.
please. Every ball.
All right. First ball was caught on the boundary. Bloke who was set, hitting the ball pretty well for the day.
Yep.
Tried to finish it on the first ball of the over.
Yep.
He picked out the kid on the boundary. He was only a kid, he's maybe 16, on the deep mid-wicket boundary. He took a good catch.
Right.
Couple of metres either side, and it's game over.
Wow.
But once he was out, I thought, all right, there's a real chance to get these dot balls happening here because new batsmen in. They're going to have to try, but sure, they'll have a look at a couple. But second ball sort of got a bit stuck in the wicket and the bloke popped it up. It went down to mid-on. It was just regulation. And I thought, all right, this is a chance because the umpire had said to me at the start of the over, he goes, well, if you're going to win this, you probably need a hat-trick.
Had you ever taken a hat trick before?
Yeah, I had many years ago in junior
That's
cricket.
impressive.
Yeah.
Wow. Continue.
But so third one was similar to the second, stuck in the wicket, but then popped a short mid wicket, and a young fella took a great diving catch. And I think at that point I thought, all right, 5 runs for him to win, 4 to tie, 3 balls. I think we're a pretty good chance here of making this get down to the last ball.
Right.
But out came one of their senior players who's played a lot of cricket at a decent level here on the coast in the 1s and the 2s area. And I thought, well, he's probably a chance of whacking this. We'll just fire it in up there and see what happens. So by this stage, I've given my offies away, and I'm actually deciding I'm just going to dart them in as little cutters and see what happens.
Right.
Nice. I like it.
He's driven at square drive almost, or I think he said to me it was a leading edge, but it went pretty quick out to point, and the young fella's got a good catch.
So that's
And
your double hat trick. You must be carrying on at this stage.
So you've taken a double hat trick, relied on 4 catches. So you're getting around your teammates, but at the same time, thirds cricket, you're saying, boys, like, jump on my back here. I'm doing it all.
No, the boys were amped. They were I was trying to settle them down. I was the least excited person on the field because I'm like,
You've still got the ball in your hands, and you can all turn in one shot.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One shot and this game's over. And I said to them actually after the hat trick, I went, listen, one shot and we lose this, and I just got a hat trick. I do not want that to be the way this game ends because that's going to make that a pretty shit hat trick for me.
Wow.
And then, I kept quiet for those ones and ball 5. Young fella that came up to bat could bat in the junior under 17s comp in the morning. He scored 70 odd not out. So he's seen him all right. But he's just played round it and took the stumps out. So
it's not junior cricket anymore, son. Go back to the 17s on your bike and fuck off. 5 in a row. Boy, oh boy.
You must have been.
He bowled really well and probably got him in a position to take about 30 runs off us. So
fuck him. You took him clean bowled for a 5th hat trick. What's it called, 5 in a row?
Is it a triple hat trick, mate?
It's a ham bone in bowling, I reckon. Or maybe that's 4 in a row. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so got to that. And when the last bat came out, I thought, all right, well, he's going to, number 11, he's going to have to try and whack this to the boundary, and chances are pretty slim. So I said to the boys, nothing changes. You stay where you are. I'm just going to jam this one up and see if I can get it at the base of the stumps. And I kind of can't really remember exactly how it played out. I just remember seeing the ball hit the stumps and went, holy shit, what just happened? I can't actually now believe that's happened.
What were the scenes? What were you doing? You must have been carrying on then.
Oh, I was just dumbfounded, just thinking, holy shit. I turned and looked at the umpire who had told me you're going to need a hat trick and just was like,
how about 4 in a row?
How about a quadruple hat trick?
Quadruple. I said to Liam Duggan on this podcast the other day something about shitting myself. I would have shit my pants at that point. Turned around, appealed, and just completely lost it all. Oh boy.
No, the lads in the team went off. They were running around going nuts, and it was definitely scenes that they will remember for a long time. That's for sure. And there's a bit of a crowd on the sideline too, because where we play, there's 3 grounds, and one of the games had finished a little bit earlier, so a lot of them were watching between the 2 fields that both had tight finishes going on. So there was a fair crowd there to get involved in the cheer and the moment. So, but no one filmed it after I found out. People saying, "Is there any footage?" Everyone's sat back. How does that happen this day and age? That no one gets a camera out and films,
especially after the first duck. You can sort of say, well, the golden duck happens on ball 2. Someone's filming a hat trick delivery. Let alone the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Fucking hell!
Someone's going to make a movie about this. Surely that's like. You can never write this.
Wow, yeah, I definitely didn't think it was going to happen when I was standing there, to be honest. So who knows? Like, yeah, you can't imagine that shit happening. It just doesn't happen. Maxwell doesn't happen though, I suppose, and it did. So.
True.
Well, we've compared this moment to Maxwell.
Yeah,
we've actually ranked it higher. We've actually ranked
absolutely
Gareth's 6 for in the last over.
That's as good a cricket. My grandfather took 10 for 44 in a Sheffield Shield game.
Wow.
The last Australian to do that in first class on home soil. And that, I think, is a better performance.
Yeah.
No matter the grade of cricket, to take 6 wickets in a row in the last over to win your team the game with 4 to go is as good a cricketing story as I've ever heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, it's something that I probably, the older I get, enjoy and maybe gloat about it more and more as I get older. But, trying to keep the lid on it at the moment. Not.
Did you buy yourself? Did you have to buy a single beer after that, or I would be very disappointed if you did.
They just kept appearing on the table, which was great. I don't know who was buying, where they're coming from, but every time I turned around, there was another one there. So
and you should never have to buy one again.
How's the composure on Gareth?
The leadership, the direction.
What's really struck me is the leadership.
Yeah.
Listen here, boys. Get on me back, but also calm down.
Yeah.
Hey, we've still got a game to win. I'd be doing the worm up the pitch on the 3rd. I would be completely losing it.
Gareth, mate, you got any final words? Who you got this week? With the boys expect another 6 for what are we thinking?
I'm contemplating retiring and not
Smart.
bowling again. I reckon
Smart.
that might have peaked there and go, boys, you do the bowling. But look, I've got 2 games this week. I know we've got our normal Saturday comp, and then I've got our over 40s comp on the Sunday, and I'm probably going to cop a fair bit and walk away with probably 2 first ballers, and if I do bowl, probably none for 50. So
Wow.
cricket's the great equaliser.
Yes.
Mate,
Goodness
that's
me.
bloody unreal. We appreciate you
Wow.
joining us here at BackChat, Gareth. You boys got any other final questions for him?
No, just
Nah.
well done.
Well done,
Well,
mate.
yeah,
Congratulations. Really, round of applause.
Yeah,
Gareth.
unbelievable
Really
stuff.
bloody good.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it.
Well done, mate.
That's incredible. I'm having dinner with my grandpa tomorrow night, and I'm going to tell him that story. And I'm going to, because he's played a lot of cricket
I want to report back.
against.
where
Yeah,
he
I'm
ranks
going
that
to.
sort of-
I'm going to. So
I
he's,
agree with you because
it's as good a thing. I've never heard anything.
just say it doesn't matter what.
Doesn't matter what grade of cricket
because
you are.
If you're putting balls on the stump, someone's still going to like hit one.
Yeah.
Or
So yeah, he has played cricket with a lot of the best cricketers in the world, and I'm going to tell him that story. I'm going to say, where does this rank in terms of, like, he tells a story about Mutaya Muralitharan, or however you pronounce his
yeah,
name.
you got it.
Pretty sure I nailed it.
Dominated.
Bloody good.
Came down to Frankston where he was coaching, and he was coming to help as a bowling coach, and he was showing these guys how to bowl, off spin and all the rest of it. He put a 20-cent coin on the pitch.
Oh, Murley.
Murray did, and said, "This, when I'm bowling, I like to sort of aim small, miss small. I like to put this. This is how I practice. Put a 20-cent coin down, went back and hit it 3 times in a row.
Wow.
And that's phenomenal.
And he hasn't taken 6 for it.
He hasn't taken 6 for in and over. So I'm going to ask Pop where that ranks in all-time cricket stories, and I'll report back next week.
Very good.
Scully, you got really excited this week about something. You're not a very excitable person, I would
that
say.
right?
I'd say you get up and about.
You got a shit moustache, and you're not an excitable bloke.
I know, but like you're pretty even keeled. Is
Yeah.
what I mean.
The goods, just
Yeah, the
here,
good's
and
good.
bad's somewhere
That's
in there.
not that bad.
Should say what's
But
happening in
you
my
got
brain.
up and about something this week. You send it through to our Slack channel,
time.
and you're like, "We need to talk about this right now." And I said, "Hold it for Monday."
It's something that I say very often around the BackChat Studios
Mm-hmm.
area, and Hammer, you may not have heard me say it, but it's something I think all the time. Is I wish I had a filming camera either through my eyeballs or everything I see is just filmed, and then when funny shit happens,
You can see
or
it.
if you're playing
If
in
you're
a game
playing-
of cricket,
Yep.
someone takes 6 for.
Yeah,
Yep.
you've got
It's
it on camera,
recorded.
yeah.
Clip it.
Well, lo and behold, I say it's about time. There's some AI company
From the guys from Apple, like some OG guys from Apple.
Oh, I thought they were
started the
taking on
company.
Apple.
No, I think they were developers.
Basically, it is what I'm talking about. It's this little clip that sits on your chest. It's about the size of a bit bigger than a 50-cent coin.
A regulation badge.
There you go. It's like a badge. That's exactly right. And it
Just a
looks like
badge.
it's safety pinned on.
Yep.
It is effectively what I'm talking about.
Wow.
It records everything. You can speak to it like Alexa and be like, this is the ad for it, which is crazy. So they're all wearing it. Here we go.
What we
Oh,
smell.
we need copyright for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah.
It's okay.
That's okay. Oh,
No, you can still play it.
Yeah, play it.
Yeah, that's better.
great. So he's translating things to his friends. She's with her kid.
Oh, first
She
steps.
says,
So it's Siri
Capture
on
this.
your chest.
capture this, just starts filming, a bit skateboarding along the street.
An Apple Watch on your chest.
Yeah, plays his songs,
What
but
are
then
some fun things to do nearby?
starts that puts holograms on your hand.
Tony Stark.
So this
That's
thing,
Iron Man sort of spec.
This thing is like I just think it's about time. And I look, we saw was it Google or Apple that launched the
Apple.
goggles?
The those
Ridiculous.
Yeah, those
Ridiculous.
huge
You're not
goggles.
walking anywhere with those goggles on.
No.
Nick,
But
the
you-
producer, said he saw something like someone doing the washing and he's got like Toy Story 3 playing in the corner. Like, just go and fucking watch it on TV.
Yeah.
This thing,
That's
I
revolutionary.
just want to let everyone know I'm
You're
here
gonna
for
get
it.
I think it's about $700 US as well.
Nah, worth
The
every
initial
penny.
initial price, which is
How
not
much,
that much.
how much is a camera? How much is a phone?
Yeah.
About that.
How much is a
Probably more than
banana?
that, yeah.
$10.
How long's a piece of string?
I'm just here to tell the Backchat community I'm here for like Black Mirror type areas.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've been rewatching Black Mirror. It's so
Wow,
good.
That feels like an
Very
episode
much,
of Black
very
Mirror.
much so.
We're within years of all of us having microchips. We're years.
Wow.
Do you agree with that? or not?
Yeah, Elon Musk
agree with
isn't
The
the
nano-human or whatever it's called.
one of the
That's already
companies that Elon Musk runs put out a thing saying that they're looking for the first ever human thing. Like it's a
I saw like there was an NFL game that had robots sitting in the stands, watching
What?
and clapping and shit. San Diego,
why?
just to fucking do it. I don't know.
just to do it.
Why not?
Yeah, why
I'd
not?
ask
If you
why
got
not?
Well, it's taking up a human seat.
Well, that was in a film stadium.
it,
aren't they?
just to make it appear more full.
Instead they're doing robots and the paid for fan. Have you seen that fan? The
OnlyFans.
no, it's like there's an Asian lady who's a San Diego Chargers fan.
She's not paid for, bro.
Isn't she?
Mate,
Isn't
her-
she a plant?
Mate, don't make me do this. So she was captured at a San Diego game going off a nut.
Yeah.
And then a photo came out in Vikings uniform, my team, the Vikings. Her son or daughter, because they're a young child, loves the Vikings because it's Vikings.
Yeah.
She dressed up as a Vikings person, went to their school fete, got around because her son is a Vikings fan. She's a massive Chargers fan.
Right.
And she's legitimate.
Okay,
So,
so she's
don't
legit.
dirty her name. Don't muddy her name like that.
No, wait,
Everyone's tuned off
she-
right now.
she-
We don't know what we're talking about. Don't worry
That's
about it.
Okay, sure.
Get us somewhere else, Dan.
Laura, let's talk about Alex Rance then.
The
Apparently-
leadership consultant.
What I initially thought was Alex Rance has joined the
He's
Gold
come
Coast
back to
Suns
play.
as a player.
Why would you announce yourself as a leadership consultant in a full playing jersey?
There he is.
It's so odd.
It's basically just like saying I'm coming here to help consult, but also I've got massive arms.
I have
so
a
I look at him.
I have my theory. Do you have a theory on this? I've got a theory on why.
Yeah, I have no
I mean,
idea.
the sponsor that apparently he's the assigned to.
Is that like Host Plus or something?
It's
Whatever it is.
it's the one across the top of his jumper, and
BLK.
no, it's the one across his neck. They haven't got the team polo ready. That's all they have. They have
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and so he's worn that.
Wow.
Is it? They're not trolling us.
Put a
like, it's not-
t-shirt on under it.
It's
Just wait.
Put a
put a
t-shirt
t-shirt
on
on
under
under
it.
Yeah.
No, Dan.
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 What do you mean? People wear t-shirts under basketball jerseys all the time. it's so normal.
No.
What-
Not
So you-
skin tight
so you-
AFL jumpers
No.
with a t-shirt under it.
If Alex Rance, I tell you what would be a bigger story than him in a football jumper. Him in a t-shirt with a football
Give
jumper.
him a
over the
long
top.
sleeve.
I'll tell you what that'd be like. It'd be like wearing a full-length rash vest with like a steamer wetsuit over it. Having like your wetsuit under your arms and then with just a rashy.
A springy over the
A
top.
springy, yeah.
A springy with short arms, but
With a
long,
full-length
long
rash
sleeve
vest,
rash.
yeah.
So is he a coach?
Sounds like I do that too. He
He's
is
a
a
leadership
leadership consultant.
So he's not going to be in the coaching box.
Don't think so.
He's consulting on leadership, Dan.
So, but do teams never announce that stuff? It's so
It's
odd.
a very good point.
Yeah, it
It's
is
a very
odd.
good point.
But it's
It's Alex
just
Rance
Alex
as well.
Rance, yeah.
Is
It
it
looks in great nick.
Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
look, that's why I thought he might be playing originally.
Could he come back and play? I mean,
Maybe.
it's been done before.
Maybe he might be like a Monica situation. Like he's there to give some
Fistball Monica,
leadership
yeah.
and some,
Sorry,
some
I was
coaching.
I went to Friends then for some reason. Understand.
Rest in peace, Chandler.
Oh,
Wow.
Of course, passed away. So
He did. Yep.
so
there you go.
yeah, on to the next one.
On to the next one.
onto the
Anyway, Chandler Big Bastard. Sorry.
he did.
Okay.
Today as well, Fremantle Dockers put out a picture of a bunch of lads freshly after a 2K time trial. They're all sprawled out on the floor, looking pretty rough.
You seen this hammer?
Nah.
Let me show it to you.
Yep.
I'll show it to you.
What was the cap? Are you going to bring
I'm
up the
gonna show it to
caption?
you. It was.
Oh, I'm looking at it here.
Oh, there's a bit of vision
There it
there
is.
as
That's
well.
the vision. Surprise time trial carnage. More to come. And there's just a bunch. It's carnage.
Bloke's
well,
just dead.
I tweeted this, right, because it grinds my gears, this sort of stuff. For years, I was sprung with surprise time trials at West Coast.
Yep.
You would have been involved in some of those.
Yep.
I never got a good answer to my question of why are we surprising? What's the point of the surprise time trial? You're not rolling into Optus Stadium on a Saturday not knowing what's going to happen. You know you're about to play 4 quarters of footy. You know you're going to try and score. The surprise element doesn't make you a
The
stronger
military
person.
aspect of the surprise and the mental fortitude. It's like,
That's fine if you're in the military.
yeah, I know that on the weekend I'm rolling out to play whoever I'm going to play.
The surprise element, so there would be the surprise time trial where they'd roll in, they wouldn't tell them, and then you get there, all right, boys, we're doing time trial. Why? Number 2, we'd be training, and then we got a running session. What's the running session?
2K time trial.
Nah, can't tell you. Just get to the line.
When-
We'll tell you
Oh,
when,
yeah, yeah.
we'll tell you when
How
you're
many
doing
of
it.
these are we doing? I'm not telling
Yeah.
When you're running
Why?
the time trial,
Why?
are you running on grass?
you. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're in your boots.
Oh, they would be
No.
running maybe on
No,
there. You'd be
runners.
doing runners. In
Absolutely
on
not.
the time trial.
So
Not
is it a
time
dumb
trial.
question to ask? Like, what if you don't bring your running?
No, you
Shoes to
always
train.
You always
runners.
have runners on.
Always
yeah,
have them.
especially
Always
in
have
pre-season.
runners.
Okay.
I remember one.
But yeah, I agree. It's like,
And
why are you lying to me?
and
Why
do you
why
think-
can't I know?
Do you think anyone knows? Like, do they tell
Yeah. So
the captain?
So this is the thing. You start to realize who knows. So towards the back end of your career, you get smarter, right? Not
Yep.
fitter, smarter. And Shannon Hearn always used to know, one, what the running session was.
Right.
And I don't know what my second point was, but I would just go straight to Bunga, and I'd be like, "What have we got, mate?" And he would, but he would like toe the company line. He'd tell me, be like, "Don't tell anyone else, mate. Don't tell anyone else." So we got 6 200s coming up. Can't tell anyone else.
Can't tell anyone else.
I remember one with Woosha in my first year. So when you're a young player, you get kind of put into the restricted group. You know, you might do 70% loads, so you don't blow up your hammies.
Yep.
So there was a whole bunch of us. There was a bunch of really fit guys this year. Anyway, the last session of the preseason, it was in December, coming towards Christmas. The last session before we went away on break. It was a really difficult session, and they put all the young guys in. We did the full session with everybody, and it was one of those.
Session.
It was a marquee session. We got to the end, and we got to the end. We packed up our stuff, zipped up our bags, and had to walk across the oval to the cars. So we finished, cooled down, drinks, backpacks on, some guys' boots off, footy, but walking bare feet. Get about 5 meters before the cars, Woosha blows his whistle from the other side of the ovals. Back you come, do it again. So this is like a 2.5 hour session. So people think it's a joke. No joke. Woosha's standing there, arms crossed, by himself on the other side. Start again. Get over here. Start again. So everyone gets back over, full kit's back on, shoes coming on, sweaty socks back on.
Oh, gross.
Starts it again and gets probably almost a halfway through this whole session again. And there's blokes passing out, falling over, like spewing on themselves. Woosha goes, right, not tough enough. You can't do the full thing. You're done now.
Power move.
Yeah, power move, proper power.
There would have been guys that would have like ripped tape off.
Oh yeah,
de-taped and all that.
That was the point in Woosha's mind though. Which again, that was my first year, so that just set the scene for why are we doing this? Doesn't make you mentally.
You don't take all your tape off at half time and then just decide to go back out and play the second half.
There was another one we were doing a marquee session. It was halftime in the marquee session. So these marquee sessions are like over and above anything you'd do. You might do like 20K on these sessions. They're huge sessions.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We came in at halftime of it. They used to break it into quarters towards the back end of Woosha's thing. We came in at halftime. We sat down. He said, straight in the rooms. You get just like a normal game. You're going in for halftime address, straight in. He put us in and just shut the door, and no one was in there. And everyone was sitting there like, what's going on here? Anyway, left us in there for like 5 minutes. No one spoke to us. Came back out. He's like, right, up you go. Halftime break's over. Up you get. There was no drinks in the team meeting room, right? It was 5 minutes of sitting there, and everyone's like, fuck, I'd love a drink. He'd locked the doors from the outside. He couldn't leave. Yeah. We then came back out. He'd had the water. He had like cups of water sitting in the sun for the whole first half.
Nice.
The water was boiling water. Yep. So people are picking it up, going to sip it, like spitting it out everywhere. And I remember looking at Woosha going, what the fuck's this, mate? And he's like pissing himself laughing. And he's laughing, but also like very serious. I'm like, mate, what are we meant to do here? And he's like, you can either drink the boiling water or you don't have any water at all, Scully. You make the call, mate. So bloke's not drinking, cramping up at the end, bloke's getting injured. Doesn't care. Woosha doesn't care.
Why?
What a guy.
Anyway, it's a shocking time of year.
Oh, yeah, it's a horrible time of year.
Not for Ruben Jinby, apparently. Who,
oh, my God.
by all accounts...
What time are we going to start calling him the man? When are we going to start calling him the man?
I think we keep going with the boy. The boy. Until he wins a Brownlow.
No. So it's about 10 months.
10 months later. He was fucking awesome.
There was footage of West Coast training, and it was like the boy won the first running session at West Coast. There wasn't another player in sight.
Nah, so I watched.
Did you see this?
I watched it.
You were there.
I was in there today.
Of course you were.
Had something in the morning and then had checked off and in the afternoon and went across to Lake. I had a coffee and was watching the boys do this session. I don't know what it looked like they were doing, but it was like they were all
Furthest
running.
Distance?
They were running on like this. They looked like they were running to a timer, and it looked like they were getting progressively quicker so that you do your.
It's like a circular beep test.
Sort of. It was like you'd run for 2 minutes, have a little break, run for another 2 minutes, have a little break.
It was like who could get the furthest.
Who could get the furthest? Or it was like run to your time. I think. Anyway, they looked like they just got progressively quicker. Ruben would have gone for like 8 minutes by himself. I don't know how. I can't remember exactly how long, but like,
how did he look?
No, he was fucking gliding. No one was near him. Everyone had stopped, and he just was doing laps. And it was like, this kid is going to be a fucking star.
I mean, he
already is a gun.
He is already. I couldn't be happier about this.
Yeah. I think we're back.
Who?
West
the boy?
Coast.
West Coast.
I think West Coast are back.
There was rumours to be a lot of senior players down there. We're talking Barras, talking McGovern, we're talking Duggan.
It feels
talking
different.
Sheed.
Feels different this round,
What
this
do you
year.
mean?
Like we're back. We're plugged in. Ruben Jinby looks like a beast.
The boy.
Senior players are coming back early, like they're drilled in. Do you know who's not drilled in? Or sorry, not who's drilled in. I saw Nick Dacos and Bas Lenka at the UFC, like clinking champagne. Mate, McGovern's back at training. Barras back at training. We're locked in.
You reckon?
Yeah, Dacos
It's
did-
time.
Dacos did just win a
It's
premiership.
time.
For what?
It's time to be back. I don't want to put a lid on it. I don't want
Right.
to just say finals.
So you just think upward trajectory. Do
Yeah.
you say that because you literally couldn't get any worse last year?
Yeah, Nick, you keep drinking champagnes at the UFC while the boys out west are
Grinding.
locking in and grinding.
You think they're setting the
Yeah,
house is on fire?
The house
that
is
what it
well and
Training
truly
down-
on
training down
fire.
the
They'll need the boys from the
Training the track
Fistball
down.
chat to
Training the
Fistball
house
team.
down.
Dump all the ice on it. Noah Long, he's just doing things.
No one long speaking of Harley Reid. That's the story I've seen. I mean, preseason media coverage of the preseason is piss funny because everyone's been sitting around since the grand
waiting.
final going, geez, we'd love to
Give
fucking
us
talk about
something.
We did trade period, which was absolutely uneventful. We're now waiting another 3 weeks to the draft. We need to
Alex
talk about
Rance is
something.
in a Guernsey.
There was an article I saw, Noah Long speaks to Harley Reid. Noah Long used to play in the same side as Harley Reid, so
Yep.
it's probably something that does happen a little bit.
He's probably friends with him.
Luke Shuey's given... I wanted to draw some bows here.
Yeah,
Some
okay.
long bows. Noah Long played with Harley Reid.
Yep.
Noah Long spoke to Harley Reid.
Yes.
Noah Long was given number 13 by Luke Shuey.
Huge.
Luke Shuey was the captain of West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Shuey knows Noah Long.
Yes.
Noah Long knows Harley Reid.
Yes.
Luke Shuey, captaincy Harley Reid.
Straight up.
I think maybe.
First year player captain.
I think maybe, given what the media is reporting right now
Yep.
and the absolute
Wow.
depth of discussion, I think this could be actually on the agenda.
That's huge. That's big news for Harley Reid to be captain of West Coast next year. And I'm
You
all
heard
for it.
You heard it here first.
We got Jinby running like a gazelle who looks
Yeah.
huge, by the way.
He looks like
Absolutely.
he's put on it. I would
Noah?
say.
Noah?
Noah looks good. Noah looks really
Apparently,
good.
Campbell Chesser looks better than ever.
Yeah,
Let's talk
he
about the
looks
boy, though.
lean,
Let's
but
talk
the
about the
boy
boy.
looks like he's honestly eating a keg.
Really?
He looks but like
A
a
keg
ripped
of-
keg.
Of carbs.
No, he looks like a keg. As in, like, it's just, you know how a keg is just a metal structure that's just fucking thick and strong?
There's one
Well,
right
you.
next to you.
That's except he's cut.
You.
The boy is cut like a park statue.
Wow.
Michelangelo's come up to a piece of granite and said, I reckon I get the boy out of this.
Is
And just
the-
gone 1-2 chink and then fucking bang.
Are we going to get to speak before the draft, or is the draft going to happen?
The 20th. It'll be on that day.
Right. If we don't get to speak, I would just like to give a serious opinion on what I think is going to happen.
Mm.
Hamish, you can weigh in or not. You've
I'll weigh in next week.
Great. You still work for the club. I think West Coast don't take pick 1. I think North Melbourne trade pick 2, pick 3, and a future first for pick 1. And West Coast take 2 and 3. Dan Curtin and someone else. And Harley Reid goes to North Melbourne. That's what I am manifesting.
Danifisting.
What was that word?
Which one?
Uh,
The one that I was speaking about before. I can't remember.
the one you put Dan in front of.
Can't remember.
No, I can't remember.
But
either.
that was a good point. I think we'll just put the Chuck the Fleet Network ad in. So have a little breather. Do you have a little
I need to pee real bad.
Fleet Network. If you don't know already and you would like to know, it'll save you money. It'll help your budget, and
We'll do
you can
those
get
things.
one of the cars that you want to get and drive around. I don't like cars. I just need somewhere to get from point A to point B. Fleet Network can do that for you while saving you money if you are employed by anybody.
Yep.
That is a qualification you need. You need to be an employee.
I'm one of those.
You could be an employer and it could help you, but
Yep.
employees, you go to Fleet Network, they sort your shit out, and then you get yourself a car,
You
a
know-
brand new one.
Yeah, you novated yourself a lease and
And
you're away.
you literally just give it over to Frank and the boys. They handle it with
Everything-
your employer.
Everything. There's
It's
apps.
great.
You put expenses through there. They pay you back your money. It's all inclusive. You pay one fee for the month. So I don't know. You get down there. You get yourself an Isuzu car that I've got. It's fucking great.
The D-Max.
Yeah, the D-Max, Isuzu D-Max. You go, all right, here's your Isuzu D-Max. They say, here's the amount of money you need to pay a month. That's all we heard from you. That's all she wrote. There's the money.
Drive away,
There's
no
the
more
car.
to pay. Shit,
Well,
yeah.
there's some to pay.
There's
but-
obviously more to pay. It's an ongoing lease. That's the whole point.
You know what though? Last week I got my
Drive
car,
away, no more to pay until next month. You have to pay again.
I got my car serviced. So
Idiot.
I'm not with Fleet Network right now, and I'm
Yes.
working
You idiot.
towards getting a fleet service.
Yes.
Went and got my car service. I dropped it off, did all that stuff. The guy was showing me all these forms. I was like, how much am I going to pay? He's like, do you want the extra $45? The oil thing. I was like, man, I don't know anything about this. I should just be with
Just
Fleet
bundle
Network.
it all in one cost
Exactly.
and give it to me. But yeah, pay this. You got to pay this. How about you send some money here?
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. I'm going to call Frank and the boys.
Fleetnetwork.com.au to choose your next vehicle and leave the rest to their dedicated team of experts.
He knows the score like the back of his hand.
Welcome back. Fleet Network, novated yourself a lease. Tell you what, Hammer's trying to sit down and plug himself in. I've just jumped on.
For those watching on YouTube, apologies, you're just staring at Hammer's ass for the last.
I'm just on Twitter while Hamish is sitting back down. There's a West Coast Eagles post that's it's highlights of first day of training. It's like it's day one for the first to 4 year players. Hear from Noah Long about a grueling return to training and why Ruben Jimby is off to a flying start.
Yes.
Like, absolutely. Don't care about the rest of the squad. Just tell us about the boy.
Make this year all about the boy.
Yeah.
2024, the year of the boy.
Took it from my mouth.
Very
That's
good.
great.
You said it, we read it.
If it's good, brought to you by Leadville Cameras, of course. Lydio and I haven't spoken for a little while. Actually,
okay?
we were fine. The last time I spoke to him in person, he said something about the fight.
Yeah, that's happening still.
So I'm concerned that he has gone off
Training camp.
and he's in training camp and he doesn't want to contact me because he doesn't want to give me any information or anything like that.
Well, you wouldn't be like, if you were fighting, like you wouldn't be speaking to each other during the week.
No, so that's I haven't been doing
Are you
anything.
in camp?
No, I'm definitely not in camp. My calves are sore after running a 40-meter dash.
Well, like you don't have to run in a fight.
Well,
I'll be
if he's running away from
I'll be
Lydio,
running
he does.
Little cameras, go and get all your needs down there, electronic cameras, printing, all of that jazz.
We were at the Full Drive show over the weekend.
Which was
Full Drive podcast.
Full Drive podcast.
If you like full driving, just look up the Full Drive podcast.
You could probably novated
That's
one.
us.
Liam Duggan, Ronnie Dahl. I went down to the Full Drive show. That community is wild. There was 1,000 stalls and about 10,000 people just churning around a park, just frothing on everything they saw.
Answer me this.
Mhm.
Schumer last week
Duggo.
compared, he said it's at those events, Ronnie Dahl, it's Nick Nat sort of areas for Ronnie.
Not that I saw, but I have heard that from
Yeah.
Shum.
Okay, sure.
But I wouldn't be surprised either. Tell you what, it was an absolute scene down there.
Reason why I just randomly mentioned that is because Jaden, producer of that show, and a lot of other things here at
Shout
BackChat,
out, Jane.
took the gear that we used to record the podcast, and they recorded a podcast there. That's how good the gear is from Leadville Cameras. You can just take the gear anywhere
wow,
you
yeah,
want.
See what you've done there.
Yeah,
You take
nice.
the gear anywhere you want. You can make a podcast. It's that good. All right, let's get to some emails.
Okay.
Well, I should probably
Did you
find it. Here we go.
surprise yourself? Did you forget where we're up to?
Yeah, I did.
Great.
Yeah, and I'm on my phone at the moment because
Your moustache is looking good, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's come through. I got a moustache party on Saturday night. So
Moustache
What does that
party.
entail?
yes,
What does that entail?
it's just the dress up theme.
Oh.
Yeah,
What if you...
it's a 40th birthday and it's like it's wigs and moustaches. That's the you can wear a funny wig or just have a moustache or both.
Any girls will go with the non-wig?
Just the moustache, maybe they're more than welcome to. It's
Yeah,
not
I
my
know,
party; they
I
can do
know.
whatever they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will
An
be having a
interesting
moustache.
theme.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know why this is why they picked the theme? Let me tell you.
I'd love to know.
They went on like a website that you could buy generic templated invites to, so they didn't have to pay a designer. And there was one that just said wigs and moustaches, and he was like, "Yeah, let's just do that." So that's the theme.
It's
of the party.
incredible. Wow, it's incredible.
This
It's like a low
similar
budget. It's like a low
process.
budget film. Mega Sharks vs Giant Octopus.
yeah. What have we got in the
Stake
back
on a
there?
plane.
Wigs and party.
Someone ring Samuel L. Jackson. Go to motherfucking sir.
Fist to L. Jackson. There's motherfucking fists off that motherfucker.
Fistuel Jackson. It's got nothing to do with Sam. Go down to Leadable Cameras. What about Leadable Fisting?
I don't-
That's just basically what you said. Relating nothing to anything. Just throwing fist in there.
Go
Just
into
a
a-
humble batch.
You and Lydia are going to have a
to you.
big old fist off.
Okay, this is from.
Just oil each other up and then get fisting.
Okay, hey lads, bit off my foreskin here.
Bit off my foreskin.
Yeah, apparently. I just wanted to throw an email out there and discuss Scully's obvious distaste for the dismissal of Hamish living in Three Shadows, Brayshaw, and Alec Waterman from their respective jobs. Oh, sorry. I was like, where's this
Long
going?
sentence.
Okay, from the respective jobs with West Coast organisation over the past few weeks. Personally, I think it's an absolute disgrace that you're taking away someone's livelihood and this motion possesses a tinge of selfishness from the West Coast Eagles.
Please keep on, Dan.
Sorry.
Please keep on.
Players that will be forced to play for the West Coast Waffle side will be sacrificing a chance at Waffle Premiership and a real dent at their chances of receiving personal accolades. Bernie Naylor, Sandover Medal, etc. How can West Coast even guarantee you'll be pals with everyone in the coaching staff and team? This completely limits a player's opportunities if they're employed by West Coast and are being bullied into joining their Waffle side. And if they don't like it, their only other option is Ammos or country footy opportunities. On the more lighter side, would it make anyone else's John Thomas firm if they played the late 90s to 2017-ish, We're Flying High West Coast Eagles theme when they run out, if they were to play the retro Ochre Guernsey for a game next year? P.S. P.S. I didn't hear a Melbourne Cup multi on last week's episode. Perhaps that carries fine-worthy consequences for Hammer, Daniel Rashvest, and Tobol Duggan.
I don't know what to do with that
unpack
email
there.
because we can't speak about the employment situation.
What about playing?
was it
playing
John
the-
Thomas or Jack Thomas?
John Thomas. Would it make your John Thomas term, Scully, if they play the OG West Coast theme song during the round that they wear the Ochre Guernsey?
Certainly would.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Melbourne Cup multi just didn't happen.
It's not up to BlueBet.
There you go. Warm regards.
I just drank it. I had a bit of water in my mouth then because I can't speak about that as of this moment.
All right. G'day, boys. This is another one.
Next week.
Hope you've all been well.
Tune
Top job this year and keep it up. I enjoy every minute of your productions.
Wow,
Thanks.
that's incredible.
Thank you very much. Now down to business. As you may be aware,
Every minute, even that last one that Dan just butchered his way through the email. We loved it.
as you may be aware, Dan's claim of best performance in his non-preferred sport is his bowling record.
Yeah.
Pretty bloody good in a losing grand final, and we know that his preferred sport is Aussie rules.
Okay.
Best
I feel like
regards.
this is Dan's. So I feel like this is Dan's dad just writing in.
It's another paragraph here. What I would like to know, and I think the good people of the BackChat community, nay, the world, deserves the
Yeah,
answer to,
fair
is
point, fair point.
what kind of Aussie rules prodigy were you? I don't recall any rising star noms, Brownlow votes, BNFs. Come on, Dan, tell us what could have been. Keep up the stellar work, lads. Best regards, Keith Pascoe.
You
Okay.
sure that's a real email?
From what we saw at the state fistball combine,
Dan is athletic.
I
Deceptively athletic.
what sort of player do you think?
You got to be. He's a burst small forward.
Yeah, I wouldn't have him in the back line,
Nah,
unfortunately.
I wouldn't either.
Not tough enough, but
I feel like he can be elusively a small forward.
what?
Yeah, I'd enjoy that.
What were you?
I was a
mean, that's
midfielder.
what Kate want.
I was midfielder,
I mean, it makes sense.
Fair enough.
When,
Yep.
in early days, they don't, so like under, 9s and 10s, they don't have, they just have like wingers. They have like a ruck and then like one on the ball player and then the wing, right? And so I think I used to play a bit on the wing.
What?
No, early days, they don't have like,
What, you got two people in the circle and then one guy on a wing?
yeah. In
What?
like early footy.
I don't think that's right.
I don't think, that's
So I used to play on the wing, and then they moved when like they were allowed to have more people in the middle. Then I got moved into the middle.
Right.
I remember one time
That sounds like it's not real.
after round 1, 3 votes from the coach.
Wow.
After round 2, another 3 votes. He used to go around the locker room give votes out.
Under nines, he did that.
Yep, and then
That's pretty good.
they stopped doing it because parents complained.
Yeah, fair enough.
You were going too well.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
that Dan Const?
Yeah, that
Stewie
could
Doo
be
type
Dan
operator.
Oh come on,
Under
that's
nines.
rough.
I remember when I was in
Premiership player, mate.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but he was fat as a house.
Premiership player.
Premiership
Yes.
player. I remember in under nines and under tens. So tackling it back in the the South Metro Junior Footy League, the MSJFL at the time. That was the Moorabbin Saints Junior Footy League. I think it was called. It was under nines and under tens were only you're allowed to bump. So
Yes.
You weren't allowed to tackle until under 11.
Shirt fronts only.
no. So it was weird. So it was a free kick to tackle someone, and you had to get bumped twice before you had to get rid of it. So 2 bumps was holding the ball.
Double shirt fronts only.
So,
Picking
literally,
people up off the line.
you just like, and if you were any good at football, you'd tell who the good players were because they would just get it and run, and kids were just running after him with just like one arm tucked in a chicken wing, trying to bump. And if you got bumped once, you just keep running because kids had to run. Oh shit, it was funny, and like no one could bump with their left arm for whatever reason. So you'd go to a kid's left and he'd try and turn around. Shit, it was fun. But we
so-
definitely had 3 on ballers and 2 wingers.
So you're a
Anyway.
midfielder.
Yeah, midfielder.
Goal kicking midfielder?
Yep. Goal kicking mid.
Oh,
Nah, you're
nah.
under.
More,
You know,
it'd be a
distributor.
sporadic one, like off stoppage.
Luke
in the-
Shuey style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is from CJ. G'day, legends.
CJ.
And well, you're all legends.
Wow.
There was a pause in there for me. While wandering about the West Coast Eagles headquarters the other day, I spotted an art piece on the wall out the front honouring those that made a contribution to the club, and my eye was immediately drawn to number 22, Hammer up there for all time, and had to go find the man that caused the play in 2018.
Yeah.
See attached photos. Do we have those photos, Nick, there? We don't have the photos there. But anyways,
They'll be up. Keep
Yep.
reading. I think it's
There I
it
am.
is. Oh, wow.
There I am.
What is that, a button?
oh, so it's a
Yeah,
little
that's
button.
like
I
it's
was
stuck on the wall.
Stud.
They light up.
Is it a stud? They light up.
They light up. They
LEDs.
glow. They sort of LEDs at night time when you walk past the wall.
Did I get one?
Yep, you'll be on there.
right. I thought it was like a painting of everyone, but
No.
it's right. Okay.
It's like it goes in a wave.
How
along
big
the
is
wall.
that? It's hard to tell from that photo.
It'd be like half the size of my fist.
Great.
Half a fist.
Now for fistball. I wasn't able to make it to the combine, and although I've experimented with some fisting in my youth,
Of course.
my elite sport days are behind me, but would like to offer my services as team pastoral care and transport support member, keeping an eye out to keep the team safe when out and about, a kind ear to listen to, and to make sure they're where when they need to be, when they need to be. Up the fisters from CJ, and you know who CJ is?
CJ. I know CJ.
Won Fat Chat.
Yeah.
He won the Fat Chat challenge.
Did he
We
really?
need to get CJ on. CJ was absolutely shredding kilos. He would have shit all over us here. Absolute disgrace.
Shit, yeah, CJ.
Yep.
CJ was dominating. He was at every session with Fat Chat, and he's a good man. He's a big back
Did
chat
not
man.
miss a single one.
Now, so
CJ
CJ's a
sounds like he
priest?
wants a free chip to Geelong.
So he does.
CJ a
He does
priest?
social work. I know that's what he does here.
Pastoral care.
Pastoral
Yeah,
care
so
is-
he,
Is that
he
what
wants
it
to
means?
just come along and make
That's
sure we're
priest
looked
work, isn't
after. you
Can
know.
I was meaning to mention this over the Fistball chat, but now that we're here, I think it's appropriate timing. We are on the lookout for a few things. One, do you have boarding house style accommodation in Geelong that you want to give us for free? Because we
That'd be
have
nice.
spoken to some lads in Mount Macedon, and they'll be listening, and we do appreciate it, but it's a bit of a drive.
Yep.
I'll be at mum's house. Logistically, just throwing a few things around. If you know anyone that's got some accommodation, doesn't even have to be a boarding house. It could be a mansion. I mean,
if you've got a 10-bedroom house in Geelong that you want to give us, we're up for it.
Preferably with the fistball court and back.
I reckon there'll be some people in the aviation industry listening,
Mhm.
whether it be hosts, hosties, hostesses, baggage handlers, pilots.
Richard Branson.
If you have someone to contact there, we're looking for flights too.
Yeah.
We're looking for a ride to Geelong.
A
But
cargo plane.
and happy to take on the pastoral care application. May or may not get across the line. We do need sponsors, player sponsors. We have a sponsors jacket that is incredible. Think NASCAR. Think. Do you want your name in lights? Do you want to be Ricky Bobbied? That's what I'd be thinking. If you own
Big Red, then fuck you.
if you own a business, if you have a name you want to put on a jacket, have a look at our socials, BackChat _, sponsorship positions available. ID Athletic, of course, our major partner here in the Western Fisters.
It's a match made in heaven, obviously.
Couple of
That could go well with a pastoral care guy.
Up to the pearly gates. We've got CJ and the Western Fisters along with ID Athletic. But there are sponsorship spots available. Whether you want to sponsor a player, maybe you want to sponsor Pierre. Maybe you want to sponsor Pierre.
That'd be big.
He's a handsome man.
We have player
Oh, yeah, I
sponsorships
like
and
that.
jacket sponsorships available. Get around the Western Fisters. If you're a West Australian or a West Australian company and you want to support local, well, it's time to get on board.
Or
Get
if
on
you're a
board with
Geelong
Western
company.
Yeah,
because
that's
we'll be in Geelong.
correct.
Yeah.
Hello at backchatstudios.com.au. You can get in touch. Hello at backchatpodcast.com.au. We'll get you there as well. Backchat _. Hit us on socials. We'd love to hear from you.
Great. Tomorrow on the podcast, we have Mark Nikoski. Now,
Milk.
you've said some big things about Mark Nikoski in the past, Scully, about his involvement with winning a premiership.
Well, I look at the two grand finals we played in 2015, 2018. 2015 and 2018, we actually had poor starts in both. 2015, we had no mental capabilities of actually lasting on a big stage like that. 2018, we put huge work into a mindfulness program that Hamish, you would have seen.
Led by Mark Nikoski.
Led by Mark Nikoski. So I say without Mark Nikoski, West Coast don't win the 2018 premiership. And I'm going to ask him exactly how he did that.
Great.
I, just on that, before you go into Nico, I quite enjoy his company. A good friend of mine.
Good.
And I have
Same.
grown a lot closer with him since that year. I hated mindfulness at the start with a passion.
That's the point of mindfulness.
Thought it was just shit. It was all fucking bullshit. No one cares. It's just sitting there breathing and fucking sitting and chewing on a raisin and telling you what the raisin tastes like. Hated it. Every minute of it. Anyway, as the year went on, Nico wore me down. And now, I don't do mindfulness in the sense of sitting down and just meditating, but through talking to him and through doing all sorts of things, you can get mindful in other ways. You can practice mindfulness in all sorts of different manners. It doesn't have to just be sitting down and meditating and breathing. But I have got a lot out of Nico and that practice, and I have a lot of respect for the man and love him dearly.
I heard it here first.
Very good. Let's hear some fines.
G'day, Dan, Hammer,
Hello.
the producers and editors who we all know do the real work to keep this show alive.
Yep.
It's Jordan Scoey here. I've got a fine for one William Schofield with a little bit of a backstory. Was out at the full drive show on Friday and saw a really tall bloke sort of waddling, shuffling, wheezing, panting, dripping, like sweating bullets left, right and centre, but looking really good in a four-wheel drive podcast shirt. But because he got closer and he kept breathing heavier and heavier, I thought, oh shit, that's Will Schofield. But I didn't know Will was wearing 5XL shirts these days. So a fine for every dollar Will is over his playing weight with a little bit of a buffer. You can have 10Ks because when you bitch slap Jordan to go around the MCG for 4 quarters on September 29, 2018, you do get a bit of a buffer in my book, Will. But
Sure.
there's your fine. But I think it's probably time to stay off the Macca's breakfast and the Chocky Milks and let you get back to your fistball playing weight to be an elite athlete again.
Well, fuck me dead. Fuck me dead. I hadn't heard that feedback. Been a fucking podcast full of feedback today.
Thank God I wasn't at the four-wheel drive podcast.
Tell us what you think about his mow as well.
Yeah, what would you be? So you get your 10
rough.
you get your 10 kilo buffer there. Let's figure that fine out. He's giving you 10 kilos. Over that 10 kilos from playing weight, how much money do you owe? $1 per kilo over 10.
Probably about 7.
Okay,
About 112.
understood.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah, good day, boys. I'd like to find myself $2. Went to the old fistball tryouts, but I had to cut it short because Doofus here forgot to lock the back gate and the dogs ran out. So yeah, $2 to me.
Yep, disappointing.
Who's Doofus? I'd like to know who Doofus was. I think I know who that was. I did see him leaving early. Shook his hand. Had a beautiful moustache.
Did he?
Yeah, beautiful moustache.
There's a lot going on in that recording. Like when you go to the website BackChat Studios for this
it's
actually
so-
for the
it's
fine
so
BackChat
easy to
podcast.com, you just go to a thing and you literally just hold down a button, right, and you talk. That guy had his left hand was opening a beer.
No, I'll tell you what it sounded like. You know when you get the old Apple headphones with the little
microphone.
thing here, the microphone there, sounded like that, but was just in like a trench coat. That was, and he was on a roller coaster.
I just thought of what the word was. Danticipation.
Anticipation.
Yeah,
there you go.
good.
Well done.
All right.
Fuck you, Dan. Just wanted to send this one in. Hamish, you're a cocksucker as well. Cheers.
Okay.
Who was that?
That sounded a lot
I
like
didn't say who it
Scully.
was, so who knows who that is?
Sounded an awful lot like Scully.
I was with you when you did that.
So
When
where-
did I do that?
You did that.
To show someone about fines.
you were
Full
out
Draft
somewhere.
Podcast.
No.
Have a dinner.
Oh, is that what it was?
Where do you think it was?
Oh,
Fuck you, Dan. Tell me you're a cocksucker.
remember at the
Fair enough.
at the Southern Riverman show, we were talking about it, and you
Can't remember that.
you
Yeah, actually, that sounds about right because you were buckled.
It's been great to be back. Are we done? It's been great. Great show.
That
I'm
was a good
hungry.
show.
Haven't eaten all day.
let's go get a meal.
I'm at least 12 kilos overweight. I'm about to nail a chicken palmy and chips and a big fat shelter. Thanks to our sponsors,
Yeah,
Fleet
of
Network.
course. Yeah. You want me to do it?
Anyone else? Whippersnapper Whiskey,
Margaret River Roasting.
Shelter
Co.
Brewing Co., Margaret River Roasting Co., Leadable Cameras,
Yep.
Mama Digital,
BlueBet,
BlueBet,
ID Athletic.
ID Athletic.
Wow. Whoever wants to sponsor Pierre, we'll just throw that one out there as an advance.
Correct.
Which Fleet Network are getting involved. They've already committed to something with that as well.
I feel like we forgot someone. Margaret River Roasting Co.
Did we say Leadable Cameras? We said everyone, I think, except for. I don't think we finish on them, but always, don't we? Fleet Network powering a podcast.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Ted yourself a
Yeah,
lead.
bloody hell.
Hold on.
Fuck you, Dan.
I like how you cut it off. Thanks. Oh, shit. Yeah.